The federal government has agreed to pay $54 million to recruit almost 100 more police in the Northern Territory. The Territory government says the police are needed to ensure there are enough resources to respond to potential emergencies at immigration detention centres. The police will also be available for general duties, but the opposition says more needs to be done to deal with a law and order crisis in the Territory.
This rooftop riot and fire at a Darwin detention centre prompted the Northern Territory government to ask for federal support. 18 months later, the Immigration Department has agreed to pay for 94 extra Territory police to be kept on standby in case of another riot.
I was very keen, as the Chief Minister and the Police Minister, to ensure that our police force had the capacity, with growing numbers of detainees here in Darwin, to be able to respond to a worst-case scenario.
Under a 2-year memorandum of understanding, the federal government will spend $53 million recruiting and employing the police. Some of them will be based at immigration detention centres, but the remainder will be available for general duties.
The police force of around about 1,400, we're about to get an additional, let's call it 100. That has to be one of the most positive stories for our police force that I can think of in recent times.
But the Territory opposition says an independent review of police resources is the only way to address a crisis that goes beyond immigration detention.
This is a piecemeal response to a comprehensive and complex crisis. It is a law and order crisis that requires a proper assessment of our police resourcing. An independent review is absolutely necessary.
But the Chief Minister says now isn't the time for a review.
I'm not prepared to comment today on about whether a review is going to be commissioned sometime into the future.
The Territory Police Association has welcomed the extra recruitment, but also wants the government to commit to a review of police resources. Michael Coggan, ABC News.